Hello and welcome to science lesson number 25. So first of all guys, can we all turn and say a big hello to our friends on camera? Hello! Hello! And we'll begin by doing our meditation sequence. So I will sit down and we'll take 2 fingers, find our heart center, left hand on our lap and close our eyes. And when we're ready, guys, we can open our eyes and come back to the room. And next, we'll do our stretch sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs. So first of all, let's stretch up high. High as we can. And then we'll go down low to our toes. Let's stretch down to our toes. Then back up high. And this time, can we go tippy toe high? Let's see if we can go on our tippy toes for a few seconds. And then reach as high as we can. Back down to our toes. And this time when we go high, let's go side to side. Just stretch our spine a little bit. And then backwards and forwards. Hands on hips, and to finish we'll do 3 star jumps. 1, 2, 3. Excellent guys, have a seat. So science lesson number 25. Does anybody remember what we've been learning about in science recently?
Changes in objects.
That's excellent. We've been learning about objects and how they will change. So first of all, let's write that phrase together. Can anybody remember how we spell? C-H-A-N-G-E-S. Changes. In. I-N. Very good. And then object. B-J-E-C-T-S. Changes in objects. Very good guys, well remembered. And in the last lesson, we did a specific type of change, something that might hurt us. What did we say it was?
Dangerous.
Excellent. And we'll write dangerous in red. Because whenever we see red signs, it usually means dangerous. D-A, like danger. How do we spell danger? D-A-N-G-E-R. So we have danger, and to make danger, dangerous, we add O-U-S. Dangerous.
Dangerous.
So we were looking at objects that when they change, they are
Dangerous.
dangerous. Can anybody remember what was dangerous? Think back, we watched the PowerPoint. Excellent. Glass. Round of applause for prayer with glass. What was it that made glass dangerous?
Pour hot water in glass.
Excellent. Well remembered. We had the glass, G-L-A-S-S. And the thing that made the glass dangerous, hot water. Because we have to be careful. If we add hot water to glass, it might shatter or smash. And that is dangerous. Something else that we learnt about. Fridge. Yes. What we did, do you remember we had the chair and we put the fridge on top, and what happened? It breaks. So we had chair. C-H-A-I-R. Chair broken because fridge was too heavy. H-E-A-V-Y. And do you remember we seen the video? The fridge, if we were standing next to the fridge and it fell over, it would hurt us. It would be dangerous. And then there was one more. This was to do with maybe if we're driving a car or riding a bike. What do cars and bikes have? How do they go round?
Wheel.
The wheel. What does the wheel have? The rubber part of the wheel. We have the wheel, and outside the wheel is the rubber. What do we call it? Tire. Close enough, but tire. T. Anyone know how to spell? This is hard to spell. T-Y-R-E. You know you have the wheel. Say this is the wheel of the car. And outside the wheel we have the rubber. This is called the tire. Tire is the rubber outside of the wheel. But what happens if it breaks? What happens if we use the tire for too long? It becomes worn. And if the tire is worn, when we're driving, the wheel might shatter, the wheel might go off the road, and then we'll crash. So that could be dangerous. So one final time, guys.
Glass.
With hot water.
Hot water. Dangerous.
Chair.
Chair.
That's heavy. Dangerous. Tires that are worn. Dangerous. Excellent. Round of applause. And now for today's lesson. What we're going to do today is we're going to learn about an object that can change, that isn't dangerous. It's delicious. So first of all, let me clear the word dangerous and move these examples out the board. Can anybody remember something we have learnt about that can change, that we can eat? Say again. Popcorn. How do we spell popcorn? We won't write it in. Popcorn isn't dangerous. Is popcorn dangerous? No. So we don't need to write it in red. We'll write it in blue. P-O-P Popcorn.
Popcorn.
Hands up if you've eaten popcorn before. Hands up if you like popcorn. Hands up if you want to make some popcorn today. Okay, what we're going to do today is a practical lesson. Shortly, we're going to move our students out of the classroom into the canteen. Teachers, if you don't have access to a canteen, you might want to use the science lab at your school. But what you need is a saucepan and some more ingredients to make popcorn, which I'll explain a bit more about later. But for now, we have a PowerPoint presentation and a video to look at before we go to make popcorn. So everybody, one last time, guys.
Popcorn.
P-O-P-C-O-R-N. Popcorn. Let's have a look at the television at our PowerPoint presentation. Okay, so before we go to make our popcorn, we need to look at what things we can do and can't do in the kitchen. So we call this PowerPoint presentation Do or Don't.
Do or don't.
Excellent. So teacher will show the picture and ask the question. Students, you tell me if you should do or don't. Ready? Number 1, make some loud noises.
No.
That's right. Don't make loud noises. Listen to teacher.
Do.
That's correct. You should always listen to teacher in the classroom, in the kitchen, wherever you are. Hold the equipment with care.
Do.
Yes, when you're making your popcorn, the oil might be hot, so you need to be careful to hold. Don't drop it. Play inside the lab room or the kitchen.
Do.
That's correct. When we go into the kitchen or the lab, we have equipment that might be expensive and dangerous. So make sure we don't play. Touch equipment without permission.
Don't.
That's right. Only do what the teacher asks you to do, okay? Teacher will demonstrate first, and then students can do afterwards. Watch and observe the teacher. Do. That's what you should do. Make sure to watch the teacher first, and then do afterwards. Okay, well done. Now, I'd like you to practice speaking the vocabulary. So have a look at the words on each slide and practice with me. Do or don't.
Do or don't.
Make some loud noises.
Make some loud noises.
Don't make loud noises.
Don't make loud noises.
Listen to teacher.
Listen to teacher.
Do listen to teacher.
Do listen to teacher.
Very good. Hold the equipment with care.
Holding the equipment with care.
Okay, let's try this word again. Equipment.
Equipment.
Equipment means the saucepan and all of the things in the kitchen. Okay, so we do hold the equipment with care. Play inside the lab room.
Play inside the lab room.
Don't. We won't go to the lab room this time, we'll go to the kitchen. So don't play inside the kitchen. Touch equipment without permission. Equipment without permission. Don't. Permission means if the teacher says you can do. But if you don't have permission, the teacher hasn't said. So don't do, okay? And the final slide, watch
Watch
and observe
and observe
the teacher.
the teacher.
Do or don't?
Do.
Do. Very good, guys. Now, who would like to see a video of us making popcorn? Would you like to see?
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, round of applause. Well done. So now, let's have a look at the video about how to make homemade sweet popcorn.
Homemade sweet popcorn.
So first thing, we add the cooking oil. And then sugar. We have the cooking oil and the sugar, and we stir to mix it. And then we add the corn. And what do you think will happen now? Let's see. Can you see? You see the corn kernels are starting to pop, pop. The heat is making them pop. And then when it's hot enough, we'll close the lid and we'll shake it. And then once all the corn has popped, ready to eat. Does that look nice? Yeah. Shall we make some popcorn like that? Okay guys, well done. Okay, and now we hope you enjoyed the video and the presentation about how to make popcorn. But before we go to make our popcorn, it's time for our stretch sequence. So let's stand up guys and push in our chairs. And let's see, we'll put our hands on our head. Shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, and eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes. And this time, we will do it quickly. And when we've finished, we've all got to jump and shout,
Popcorn.
popcorn, okay? Ready? Head, shoulders, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes. Eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes. Popcorn! Okay, so please sit down, guys. Teachers, it's now time to take your students to the place where you will make your popcorn. I have agreed to use the kitchen in our school canteen. You might have no access to the kitchen. In that case, you might be able to do it in the lab. But take your students wherever is most comfortable to do your popcorn and explain to them 3 things. They need to listen to you at all times. They don't need to touch anything they shouldn't, and not to run or play. So are we ready guys?
Ready.
Let's go and make our popcorn. Okay, so now I will demonstrate how we are going to make our popcorn. First thing we need to do is to get our saucepan and place it onto the stove. And we need to have our saucepan on a low heat. Then we will take our cooking oil and we will take 1 spoonful of cooking oil and we will add it to the saucepan. Next, we will take our sugar and put 1 spoonful of sugar
into the saucepan. So that will be enough. We'll add that. And what we then need to do is we need to mix the cooking oil and the sugar. So give it a few stirs. Next, we need to take 1 handful of corn.
Popcorn.
This is the corn kernels, and what we need to do is we need to add it to the saucepan and just give it a quick mix around inside so that the corn is mixed with the sugar and the oil, and then place the lid onto the saucepan. Now we are waiting for our corn to pop. We have added the sugar and the oil to the saucepan. We have mixed the oil and the sugar together. We have placed our corn kernels inside. Now they are on the heat. So wait 1 or 2 minutes and you will start to hear the pop, pop, pop. And that is our popcorn being made. Now let's see how the popcorn is getting on. Okay, we've seen now it's starting to appear. You can see as the corn is getting hot. Can you say the word pop, pop?
Pop, 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 pop.
See? Can you see as it's changing, it's getting hotter? Okay, so now we can hear our, what can we hear, guys? Ready? Shall we take a look? Ready? Should we take a look? You see? The kernels are starting to pop. They're getting hotter and they're making popcorn. So let's put the lid back on because they're still not quite hot enough. They're getting hotter. Okay, so now let's see how our popcorn is getting on. There you go, there's popcorn. And what we can do later, we can add some butter and some chocolate to it. But that's gone from corn to pop, 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 pop. Popcorn. Let's see. Okay, so now we're going to make some popcorn with our students. Lakgao is going to add the cooking oil and the sugar. Down is going to add our corn. And Bangpon is going to be our stirrer and our shaker. So what we'll do, first of all, 2 teaspoons of cooking oil. So there's number 1. Can you add that to the pan? Excellent. And you can hear it bubbling away already. And then we'll have 1 more. Great stuff. Now, time to add our sugar. We'll add lots of sugar to make the popcorn nice and sweet. Okay, 1 more. There you go. And then Lakgao, can you give it a stir for me? Stir the sugar and the oil together. Make sure it's all mixed together. Okay, and now Lakgao is mixing our sugar and our oil together in the saucepan. And now it's time for Dan to add the corn. So the corn can go into the saucepan and keep stirring. Okay. Okay, and now Bangpon is going to close the lid on our corn so that it can heat and become pop, 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 popcorn. And now we'll wait before we give it a shake soon. Now we have to wait so we can hear the sound. We'll know when we hear pop, pop, pop. What do we hear, guys? Pop, 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 pop. So we have to wait for the sound. And now we're shaking our corn because we can hear the popcorn being made. So by giving it a shake, okay, and now time to open the popcorn. Are we ready? Shall we see? Ready guys? Ready guys? Let's see. What have we made? Wow!
Welcome back to the classroom. We hope you and your students have had fun making your popcorn. We've had lots of fun here in our class, and as you can see, here is the result of our cooking. So what I will do now, I will take some popcorn and we will give it to our students for them to taste.
Thank you.
You're welcome. There's some popcorn for you guys. You're welcome. You're welcome. And we have some left over if you eat. Now, as an added treat, we have some chocolate sauce. Who would like chocolate sauce? Chocolate sauce? Okay. Chocolate sauce?
Yes. No.
Wow! There you go guys, chocolate sauce. So now, are you ready? All have a taste and then we'll say goodbye to our friends on camera.